Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. It's so wonderful to see you all. It's so great to see some old friends, too. Some old friends that aren't so old. Welcome, and thank you, those tuning in on our love stream this morning. Welcome to you as well. Let's just get right to it. Let's rejoice in this day. Let's sing a song together. True Colors.
But I see your true colors shining through. Your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. Your true colors are beautiful, beautiful, like a world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up because you know I'll be there to see your true colors shining through. Your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. Your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, true colors.
I've always said this community would clap for paint drying. I really, where am I? Happy first Sunday after the official installation of our new senior minister, Reverend Cindy Edelson, right here at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. And what an installation it was. If you missed it or you just want to re-experience it, which I've already done, the video is up on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Linda Brewer, and I'm grateful for the privilege of welcoming all of you here in the room with me and all of our beloved community joining us virtually, love streaming. Those of you online, we would be grateful if you would share your name and your location so we can connect with you and you can connect with each other and see where you are. Our practitioners serving in today's service are our lead practitioner, Lana Cairns, who will be sharing a reading and leading us in prayer, and Thurl Hinckley, who is holding high watch. He's over there knowing throughout this service that the best and highest is unfolding as we share this sacred time together. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. So, as we say our purpose statement together this morning, I just want to say how proud I am at the way that we embodied this at our installation. I'm hearing from all the out-of-town folks that were here that they really felt like they were in a loving, welcoming community. So, good job. Let's say it together so we remember.
Yay, us.
We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. Sorry for any of you who missed the demonstration of our humanity and the dancing that happened Friday night. It was pretty wild here. So, those of you who were here Friday or joined us online will recognize our speaker this morning, Rev Dr. Joan Steadman, who served as the installing minister. She will be speaking today, continuing our May theme, Blocking or Blooming. Her talk is entitled, How Does Your Garden Grow? And we are also blessed to have as our special music today, and looks like she's sitting in with the band, or standing in with the band, as it were, the amazing Kristen Lloyd, who just happens to be one of our dear Leslie's daughters. So if you notice a particular glow over here, that's the proud mama. Our beloved music director, Rick Charette, would really like to have a men's chorus for Father's Day to sing a couple of songs. So he's going to keep the songs really simple so you can learn it at home. And then there will be a group rehearsal after service on the 11th and before service on the 18th. And then they will sing during service on the 18th. So if you're interested in that, he says we need more testosterone. So if you're interested in that, will you please see, look, he's blushing. I just love when I make him do that. If you will see Rick after the service, or there is information on the table on the website telling you how to connect with him if it doesn't work out today. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Me too.
All right, the Utah Pride Festival is rapidly approaching, and we'd love to have some more volunteers for our booth Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 4th. This is such a great way to let other people in the Salt Lake community know about our warm and welcoming center right here, and we need folks willing to work in 4-hour shifts on Saturday and or Sunday. So those while you're there, you'll be talking to the people that come to the booth and helping them write affirmations that will be displayed during the festival. So we're all about the affirmations. So there's more information on the website and sign-up sheets at the table, I think and hope. Okay. All right. We have gotten a plethora, look it up, of fabulous events for our food friends, fun and friends fundraising events. The board is really busy compiling them all because there are a lot of them, and bidding on them will begin next week. You will really be amazed at all the incredibly cool and creative things that people have come up with to do for this. So I think we're all going to be very busy. So, and there's something for everyone. So, stay tuned. And if you are with us for the very first time today, now that you've had a little bit of time to learn some about who we are, if you're brave and willing to let us know, we would love to welcome you. So if you'll raise your hand or stand, if this is your first time with us. Anybody? Yay. We are so grateful that you guys made it here for Reverend Cindy's installation. These are her dear friends, and they've come a long way to be with her. So we thank you and we bless you. We affirm for you and everyone here that you will experience a blessing here this morning. We do have welcome packets out there that have a free Science of Mind magazine in them and tell you all about our center. So pick one up if you haven't done that, okay? All righty. I want to remind you that 24/7 you can get more information about all of this and how to contact people, a lot more that I don't have time to talk about, like the amazing Ricky Byers Music is Ministry Symposium that's happening July 14th and 15th. But you can also send in a prayer request there, watch other services, including the installation. Give to the center, ask a question, and so much more on our website, www.spirituallyfree.org. All right. So as I always do, I remind you our center was founded on and it is grounded in prayer. Our professional prayer practitioners spend years training in the art and science of affirmative prayer, and they are ready to pray with and for you. The platform practitioner and High Watch, so Lana and Theryl, will be in the room across the hall after the service if you would like an in-person prayer. You can also, we have a prayer box in the lobby. You can put one in there, and you can also submit one on the website. And if you do that, they go out to all the practitioners, and we pray for you in the week to come. So, all right. And so now, as we prepare to share a time of prayer together, I invite you to settle in, connect with that spirit that lives within you as we allow the centering music and Lana's reading to connect us with our inner self.
Here we go. Today's reading is adapted from Building Your Field of Dreams by Mary Morrissey and Daily Inspirations by Yogachara Ellen Grace O'Brien. You can build your own field of dreams. You are the farmer, the field is your life. The earth is available to anyone who is willing to plant. We grow a crop of life through the thoughts we hold. These thoughts are our seeds given to us from God in infinite number. We choose which thoughts to plant and how we care for them. We may nourish these seeds with water and delight in their sprouting, or we may neglect them entirely and let the land turn to fallow. When you begin to plant, you do not know exactly how your field will look when it is fully grown. Yet, when you believe, you continue to nurture the earth even while it remains bare. Each day we plant the seeds of our own future happiness. What is experienced now is due to past causes. Be a wise farmer. Till the ground of mind and consciousness and plant good seeds. You can build your own field of dreams. So I open to love, the love that resides in my heart, my mind, my whole being. Just expressing this gratitude of the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living that anchors me in this truth, knowing that I am loved and connected to Source in everything I do. So I'm so deeply grateful for our celebration on Friday, the union of Reverend Cindy and our community. For all of those who tilled that soil for years, calling her forth. And as she pivoted to that truth, she found herself loved by us. So I am grateful for this union that will firmly plant this center here in Salt Lake City. I am grateful for that hospitality crew, Kathy, Kevin, Carol, Donna, everyone, Amanda, who made it so beautiful for everyone. For Raj, for Rick writing a song. Just so grateful that we celebrated who we are with creativity, with joy, with lovingness, with givingness. I'm so grateful for this community. So I know for us there's just one life, one power, one essence, one divine intelligence that creates everything we see on this planet and beyond. I am grateful that our God is a loving God, a kind God, a helpful God that only wishes for what it plants to bloom and prosper in that divine abundance. So I know that I am birthed from that source, that I return to that source, that everything I do, the words I say are God's words, that the hands and the things I touch are God's hands, that my feet are God's feet, that the money I have is God's money. So when I tithe, I am giving back to the source that gives me my breath, that I am connected to that source of all. So I bless today, I bless this service, I bless everyone here today, for this week, for beyond. I bless all who serve. I bless Reverend Joan, a titan in our community who's been a leader at the forefront for decades, being here. For Reverend Marilyn to hold us in this high consciousness. I just bless everybody here today, knowing the highest and best is moving through you right now for your dreams to become manifest in your life. I know this is the truth. And so together with one heartbeat, with one love, we simply say, and so it is.
So the theme for this month, are we blocking or are we blooming? A lot of times the first step in that is to answer that question, is remembering who we really are. This song speaks to that awakening, I guess, remembering who we are. So let's bloom together. Let's sing this song. I give the gift I am. I have often walked the bad dog in my head. I give him bones to pick, but he picks on me instead. I toss him dreams to fetch so I can get ahead. The mud just hides him in a hole or rips him all to shreds. But there's an angel singing at the bottom of my soul. She tames that mangy mutt when I let her take control. Opens the blinds in my mind, lets some light in. And standing tall, I heed the call. God is smiling as I give the gift I am. My heart, my soul, my hands. I see the light from a higher sight. Hey, I give the gift I am. I've been beat up by that bully in my brain. I let him put me down, call me ugly names. He knows the things I wanna do to feel the claim. He says, who do you think you are? And pours them down the drain. But there's an angel singing at the bottom of my soul. She calls that bully out when I let her take control. Opens the blinds in my mind, let the sun as I give the gift I am. My heart, my soul, my hands. I see the light from the higher side. Yeah, I give the gift I am. So I forgive my foolish use of this good mind. I leave the bully and the bad dog far behind. Unleash the love, the joy, the light, let it shine. Embrace this heaven on earth and see my stars align. 'Cause there's an angel singing from the bottom of my soul. It is my own voice ringing and I let it take control. Open the blinds in my mind, let some light in. Standing tall, I heed the call, and God is smiling as I give the gift I am. Yeah. My heart, my soul, my hands. I see the light from a higher side. Yeah, I give the gift I am. The gift I am. The gift I am. The gift I am. So I thought it was much more appropriate to have Leslie Monroe introduce her daughter. So I'm gonna, Raj, take it away.
I have secrets. No. It is my privilege, honor, and deepest joy to introduce Kristen Johnson Lloyd. And how wonderful it is to have children who share the love that I do for the art that we perform. And she, as I mentioned when she was here before, she ended up at age 10 or 11 on her father's parents' dairy farm. And because there was not a 100% amiability between everybody involved, once she was on the farm, then she realized that she had feelings coming up, like she felt like an orphan. She felt like an estranged child. She felt like she didn't have a place where she really belonged because of how everything happened so fast with where she ended up. So she's on the dairy farm, and she had a friend that had companionship with her named Honeybee, a cow. You'll see the honeybees out there. They give Honeybee hugs because that was what took her to a place where she could breathe again, maybe. So she's sitting, crying in the barn after a milking or whatever. And Honeybee was way over on the other side of the barn. And she sat up there against the feeding stall. And all of a sudden, she noticed a nudge on her shoulder. It was Honeybee. Honeybee had walked all the way around all the feeding stalls to where she could reach Kristen and give her a nudge and remind her that she could do it, or whatever I'm making up here. So.
Yeah, I felt really worthless in that moment, and she came when I felt at my worst, the most worthless, and made me realize that I may not mean the world to the people I thought I wished I did, but I seem to mean the world to this cow, and my dog actually came and joined me too. And you have to know something about Shep. He's an ADHD border collie. He only had... I was lucky if I could get 5 seconds of petting him before he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm off to chase my tail and carry it. Because that's what he did. And by the way, thank you, Mom, for that introduction. Dang it, you're going to make this song hard to sing now. But yes, Honeybee was a very meaningful friend in my life, and they actually have a picture to show of her. I'm actually on her back right here riding her. When I was leaned up against the feeder in that pity party mode, and I had looked across and I saw her all the way across the barn, she was just standing there eating hay, just like with that face, and like, "What you doing?" And I'm like, she's just a cow. She doesn't get all this. But she did. I mean, she walked all the way around and came to nudge me and give me a hug, which she did that all the time, by the way. Whenever I was having a bad day, all I had to do was just go out to the barn, find her, give her a big hug, and say, "Honeybee, the world's mean to me." And she would wrap her head around me and give me a hug back, like she was saying, "It's going to be okay. I love you." And it got me through, and that's what eventually inspired me years later when she was gone to write a book about her and how she helped me find my brave and eventually create a plushy cow, because I was like, I miss Honeybee hugs. I want another one. And I wanted to be able to share that with other people, and eventually that inspired putting together a bundle that can be given as a gift, as an experience to kids or adults. I didn't think it would appeal to adults, but there have been some who have benefited from it, where you give this Honeybee hug as a gift, an experience that helps kids feel like they're the real happy ending to the book, to the story. And it has been, I never expected to be able to be a part of such an awesome project to help other people, but I've just been loving every minute of it. And that's what you saw out there, by the way. But anyway, this song here, without further ado, is a tribute to that dear friend named Honeybee. Dang it, I hope I can get through this. This song is hard anyway. This is called My Sweet Honeybee. A ball of gangly legs, a calf with 4 left feet, sickly as could be, but boy was she so sweet. I nursed her back to feeling good. The sweetest sight to see was that silly calf that I named Honeybee. She had a knack for trouble. She liked to see me pout, because she knew I'd never have the heart to cuss her out. I didn't see it coming, but she sure grew on me. 'Cause I liked my horse, but she weren't Honeybee. And that sweet smile in her eyes told me it'll be okay. A quick nuzzle from her nose made the bad dreams go away. I didn't know how lost I was till she found me on my knees, wishing I had a friend. So she befriended me, my sweet Honeybee. Just another rough-edged day. I couldn't see for tears, 'cause all the what-ifs and what wasn'ts were feeding all my fears. She's just a cow, I said, she'll never understand. But she proved me wrong and let God guide her hand. And that sweet smile in her eyes told me it'll be okay. A quick nuzzle from her nose made the bad dreams go away. She proved how found I was, and she got me on my knees, thanking God for this friend who believed in me, my sweet Honeybee. When we had to sell the herd, I swore she'd go with me. I started making plans for us, but I forced myself to see that a sweet old cow and city life would never quite agree. I had to say goodbye to my sweet Honeybee. But now a new home's little girl knows that it'll be okay. A nuzzle from my old cow's nose makes her bad dreams go away. And I'm still found because a friend helped me believe that I was worth believing in. So thanks for loving me, my sweet honeybee. Thank you very much.
Wow, Kristen, thank you for sharing your heart with us. Beautiful. Yeah, we're all wiping away the tears. I'm not speaking today, but I am so pleased to introduce Dr. Reverend Joan Steadman. I'm going to start with her official bio, and then I'm going to just speak from my heart here. Do you have tissues? Reverend Dr. Joan Steadman is the founding member of the Agape International Spiritual Center and Agape Bay Area. She has been an ordained Agape and Centers for Spiritual Living minister since 1998. In 2014, she refired, releasing her position as the spiritual leader at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where she served for 15 years. Previous to that, she was an assistant minister at the Agape International Spiritual Center for 2 years and a licensed spiritual practitioner for 13 years, where she had a thriving practice. For many years, she has been both faculty for the Michael Bernard Beckwith School of Ministry and Holmes Institute, the CSL School and the CSL School of Ministry. She's created curriculum for practical mysticism, visioning for both CSL classes, and Reverend Joan has facilitated many workshops, retreats nationwide, and has been a sought-after speaker at many New Thought centers. Aren't we lucky to have her? Additionally, she has authored articles and meditations for various New Thought magazines, including Science of Mind magazine. And for those of you that were in my foundations class, her writings are in that curriculum as well. She was inducted into the Martin Luther King Hall of Preachers at Morehouse and was awarded the Gandhi Aikida King Award for Peace and Unity in Community. In August 2021, she was the recipient of the Walden Award for New Thought Wisdom. So that's the official and abbreviated bio for Reverend Joan Steadman. Here's the unofficial. Reverend Joan Steadman is a modern-day mystic walking on this planet, sharing her wisdom with everybody that she meets, including me. Reverend Joan Steadman is someone that I look up to, someone that when I think of who do I want to be, how do I want to show up on this planet, I look at my mentor, my friend, my spirit sister, Reverend Joan Steadman. It's like a dream come true to welcome my friend, my mentor, my spirit sister, Reverend Joan.
Ooh. Thank you, Reverend Cindy. Wow, I can't think of an introduction that I have more appreciated. Thank you. And this is like coming home for me, too, because Reverend Cindy was with us at Agape Bay Area and previously with Reverend Marilyn at Heart Space Ministry before she became a minister, when she was a practitioner. And from the first day I've known her, which has been several years now, Her desire has been to be a minister. Her desire is to minister to her own people, her own center, and you have called her forth. So thank you. This is full circle for us. Just absolutely full circle. And yeah, so thank you, Reverend Cindy, for your yes. As I was saying the other night, for your big yes. And thank you, beloved community, for your big yes to Reverend Cindy. I just want to thank you for having me. This is really a blessing for me. Thank you, thank you, Rick. Thank you, band. Thank you, singers. Kristen, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. What a wonderful way to be set up. I was sitting here thinking, how can I incorporate Honeybee into my talk? I don't know if it'll happen, but you know, she's right there. And thank you, practitioners. Lana, beautiful. Thank you for holding vigil. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. My heart is filled with gratitude. And you know, gratitude is so important because gratitude is causative. You know, it sets what I'm grateful for today usually becomes tomorrow. So there's more and more and more of it. Anyway, that's not my talk today. My talk is, look, what is my talk? My talk is, how does your garden grow? Reverend Cindy was telling me, you know, about the topic, the theme for the month, which I love, blocking or blooming. And then last night, after I'd been, you know, preparing this talk, we were talking about what she has already said, and I'm like, oh dear. Because there's a lot of that in here. And, you know, I know it's going to be exactly what it needs to be. So as I was being with this talk, it's interesting, a couple of weeks ago I heard an old talk by Reverend Michael Beckwith. And he was talking about when you have a seed, and sometimes you can put that seed in your pocket. So I'm going to start with just a little thing about that and move into how does your garden grow? So, and the garden of your mind, the garden of your consciousness, of course, is what we're talking about today. So imagine that somebody gives you a seed to plant, and you don't have a place to put it right in the moment. You put it in your pocket, put it in your jacket pocket or whatever, you know, and you go home and you go, okay, I'll plant the seed later, and you put the jacket in the closet, and the seed is just sitting there, and obviously it's not going to grow while it's sitting there in your jacket pocket. And then at one point you decide, oh, I think I'll plant that seed. I remember that. Probably what would happen for me if I were that person is I'd go to put the jacket on and I'd remember, oh, there's that seed. And you go to plant it. And the beautiful thing about nature and about this is that within the seed, the plant is still alive. The plant hasn't died because you've put it in your pocket, because you've decided you're not going to plant it at this moment. The plant is alive and well within that seed. And so I'm using that as the analogy for our own lives. You know, whatever it is we've desired in our life, and before I even go into that, I just want to say what I like to always say to every group and to my own community all the time, is you are a once in an eternity happening. You are here to give a gift that nobody else can give, no matter what you think about yourself, no matter how, you know, old programming has told you you're not enough or you can't do this or you know, I've not got enough education or I don't come from the right background. You know the things we tell ourselves, and I see some people in my age group here, oh, I'm too old. I can testify. You are not too old ever. You are not too young ever. You are not too dumb ever. You know, all of those things that we've been programmed with. And I know Reverend Cindy has done a beautiful job of talking to you about weeding the garden of your mind, about letting go of some old beliefs and so forth. The seed is still alive in you, the seed of the desire of what you're here for. And you might say, well, I'm living my heart's desire. I already know what that is. You know, when I left Oakland CSL, that's what I thought. I thought, okay, I'm going to do some guest speaking. I'll have practitioner clients. You know, I'll maybe do some workshops or retreats. But, you know, I'm not going to do senior ministry again. Oh, well. I called it refiring instead of retiring. Be careful. My life is busier than it's ever been. And I'm saying that to say you're never too old. You're never too, you know, you're never finished. That no matter whether, and I thought, oh, I've been living my heart's desire. I can settle down a little bit now and just do these. No, that wasn't God's idea. Be open to God's idea for your life. You know, you are here for a divine purpose, and my experience is that purpose fulfills itself in different ways at different times in my life. Have any of you experienced that? Yeah, so, you know, so always be open to what's next. And of course, visioning, I know Reverend Cindy's, that's primary to Reverend Cindy, and I know you do it as a community, as we do as well. And be open to that. Be open to what's God's idea for my life now. Spirit has incarnated as you. You are here, unique, one of a kind. What's that idea now? At this point, I have a couple of clients that every year around their birthday, they want to do a visioning, you know, because it's like, okay, and the next revolution around the sun is happening. What's the idea this year? So keep it alive. You know, that plant, just because at one point maybe it's a flower or something, it dies, doesn't mean it's not going to grow up again, right? So you're always opening, you know, to be that place where God blooms, where God shines. So, with that in mind then, how does your garden grow? Are those seeds within you of desire still? And you might say, well, these are just little desires, because I'm going to cover not only your life's purpose, but also just what are your desires right here and right now? You know, what is it that you want? What is it that you want humanly? What is it that you want, that your soul wants? And so we're going to talk about that today, and know that as you have prepared the soil of your consciousness, you know, to plant new seeds and so forth. You have cultivated it. You've weeded it. You've let go of what you know to let go of. You're constantly, and this is how you prepare your soil. You're in prayer. You're in meditation. You're open, especially meditation, especially visioning, because those two practices keep you open and keep you receptive. Prayer is more active, more, okay, I'm planting that seed now. This is what I'm going to, you know, this is what I'm going to do. And do you see the importance of meditation, the importance of visioning, the importance of being still, of being quiet, to let the spirit that is within you speak to you, let you know? Sometimes we get so busy about our lives, and that busyness allows us to avoid looking at that seed that's been in our pocket, you know. So I encourage you, keep up your meditation, keep up your visioning, be open, be receptive. What now, God? Every morning when you wake up, okay, what's up for today, Spirit? Every morning I wake up, thank you, God, for this day. I'm still alive. Wow, thank you. You know, thank you, God. And I'm grateful not only to wake up this day, but I'm grateful because I know this day is filled with blessings. I'm open, receptive. What blessings are going to show up? Every morning you can do that. What blessings are going to show up today? And I can be grateful for that now. I'm planting the seed right there. Do you see that? You're planting the seed right there to be expectant, to be knowing, okay, wonderful things are happening. And then during the day, I'm aware, I'm watching. I go out and walk every day. I'm blessed to be by the bay, in the Bay Area, and I get to walk every day and see smiles on people's faces, see dogs that look at me, see babies that smile at me. You know, those are blessings. Don't take anything for granted, you know? Anyway, I got to move on. So you've tilled the soil of your consciousness. Now, what kind of seed do you want to plant right here and right now? And you might say to yourself, well, you know, this doesn't seem too spiritual, but I really and truly want more money, you know. And I think a lot of us sometimes feel that way. But I want more money. That's it. Okay, I'm going to give you here a way to discern what the real desire of your soul is. You're saying you want more money, or maybe, let's take some scenarios. Maybe you want a new relationship. Maybe you want harmony in your present relationships. Maybe you want conflict resolution somewhere. Maybe you want a new job. Whatever it is, you take that, and then you sense and feel, what's it going to feel like? What's it going to be like when this thing is accomplished? You know? What's it going to feel like? What's it going to be like when I have complete financial stability? I never have to give another thought to it. And I'm sure some in this room do, and some in this room, that's my experience, some in this room don't. And so it's like, what's that going to feel like? And I'll tell you, it's one thing I always bring up because it's been one of my life issues, you know. And I'm happy to say right now that I'm really blessed, you know, to be financially stable. I'm not a millionaire, but that's okay. I don't need to be. I'm financially stable, and I still get to work on it. You know why? Now I'm senior ministry of a community that we get to work on financial stability. So see how God's expanding that sense of abundance within me. So Spirit's always expanding. So how am I going to feel? How am I going to feel when I am just have more than enough? I can give where I want to give. I can spend where I want to spend. By the way, use the word circulate, because the word spend means it's gone. The word circulate, that's the dynamic spiritual law. When I circulate, what's the law? It's coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back. So anyway, I've got plenty to circulate. How does that feel to you? And how it feels to you might be different than how it feels to someone else. How does it feel to you to be in a harmonious, loving relationship? What does that feel like? How does it feel when this particular conflict gets resolved? What's that feeling? And you cultivate the feeling. You hear what I'm saying? And the reason you cultivate the feeling is because that's what the universal law responds to. Do you know what the universal law is? It's that aspect of God that acts upon that seed that we've planted and that brings it into fruition. And what I love about the law is that it knows how to do it, and it knows how to do it for you personally. It'll bring it to fruition for you in a way that it will for no one else. And I love that about the law. For years, the law is always working, blah, blah, blah. You know, I always focus more on the love aspect, which I love. And now I have an appreciation for both. Oh yeah, the love points the way, as Ernest Holmes says. The law makes it happen. And I notice in my life how it makes it happen in a way that is so unique to me, you know? Because I continued visioning after leaving OCSL, having no idea I was going to be the senior ministry of, and I won't even tell you all the steps that led to that and how miraculous and how I didn't plan any of it. But what I was available to Spirit. What's next, Spirit? What keeps me fulfilled? What's that feeling of fulfillment that I want in my life? Don't you always want to be fulfilled? Always. Always. And so, you know, what's that feeling? And then it just, by amazing sets of circumstances. And then I had known Reverend Marilyn for years and years and years and watched her ministry unfold. And then Reverend Cindy comes in, you know, at one point, and we're knowing, okay, this is going to happen. And wow, just watching. And it does it in such a unique way for you. Think about a time in your life. And you didn't know that you were going to perhaps be in a particular relationship or have a particular job or whatever the situation is that has fulfilled you, you know? And I just got in that feeling of fulfillment. And then Spirit. And I love Agape Bay Area. I love our people. And it was full circle for me because I was a founding member of Agape International. And then to be a founding member and the senior minister of Agape Bay Area, woo, I wouldn't have ever orchestrated that. Remember what I was saying when I left OCSL. I was very clear in my congregation, I'm done being a senior minister. I'm going to be a practitioner. I'll, speak, da-da-da-da. That God's idea was different. Do you see that? And it's so fulfilling. So get that feeling of whatever it is that you want. How will you feel when you're a billionaire? How will that feel to you, you know? How will that feel when you're in such loving, harmonious relationships all the time? How does that, as a community, how does that feel to you as CSL Salt Lake? I think that's your official name anyway. Anyway, the official name. When this community it becomes a beacon of, it already is a beacon of light in the community, but when everybody recognizes you as a beacon of light, you know, how's that going to feel as a community? When you prosper and thrive and know that you have everything that you need as a community to to take care of your people and to take care of people outside your community. What's that feel like? Do you see what I'm getting at? You get the picture. So take what you want. How's that feel? And start to embody it. Now, you know, we're so blessed in this teaching. Whether it's agape, whether it's CSL, whether it's unity, whatever the teaching is, we're so blessed because we have spiritual practices. We have technologies that allow us to get into that feeling tone. And the one I'm going to encourage you to use is spiritual mind treatment, or we can call it affirmative prayer, whatever we want to call it. And some of you may not know all the techniques, but you can do it anyway. And what that spiritual mind treatment does is you recognize God's everything that is. God's my life. You know, there's a divine idea for my life. And that idea is fulfilling itself. How do I feel when I'm completely fulfilled? Or maybe you want the focus on that treatment to be abundance, prosperity. I know that because God is my life, that all of the good of God is already present within me. All of it. Infinite supply. You know, when I really know that, how does that feel? And then you start to build that realization within your consciousness. How is that feeling? You give thanks for it. And then you let it go. That's really important, letting it go. You know, because otherwise your ego is going to try to control it, going to try to control the outcome. Has anybody ever tried to demonstrate something or control it through your ego? Some of you have? Okay, I figured you were also enlightened. That never happened. Only me. Okay. So do you see when we're doing our affirmative prayer, we're actually embodying. Ernest Holmes talked a lot about embodying. And I love that because it's bringing it into the body and you know, bringing it into the cells, the atoms of our body. So long in New Thought, we said, change your thinking, change your mind. And that takes us so far. It takes us a little bit along the way. It's really about change your consciousness, change your mind. It's really about adapt the feeling tone of what it is you want. Because remember, those of you who have studied Ernest Holmes, yes, he talks about the word. He also talks about the fire in the belly. You know, when you speak that word, get that fire in your belly. What does this feel like? And every week, you hear prayers on the pulpit. And Lana, by the way, thank you for your prayer. It was so beautiful. I have to grow into being a Titan. I never thought of that before. Okay, I can expand in that. But anyway, you know, so you're what does it feel like? And you might even have to take some former time in your life when you felt that way, and then, okay, I feel that way again. I felt that way years ago when this particular thing happened. And then cultivate that feeling. Keep cultivating it, cultivating it, cultivating it. Do your prayer. Then, during the day, you know, during the week, at all time, keep your attention on your intention. You know, I think, have you all heard that thing? You know, where your attention goes, the energy flows. And life is about energy. And so keep your attention on your intention. Let that intention grow. Let it become real. You're planting roots here. You know, the seed is cracked open and roots are growing. And those spiritual roots are going to take you to the plant, are going to take you to the fulfillment, are going to take you to the manifestation. So work with that. You're cultivating. You're giving it, you know, it's like fertilizing your consciousness. You're giving it the nutrients that it needs. And so what your ego self might do, and my experience is it usually does this, is your ego self, even when you're praying, this could happen, might say, are you kidding? That is not the truth of you. You know it's not. You've experienced things that tell you otherwise, right? Doesn't that mind come up and try to do that, tries to sabotage us? And then you get to do a denial. Wait a minute. First of all, when those things come up, don't just spiritual bypass. Don't just say, oh, this isn't true. Just be with it for a minute. My experience is I have to feel it completely. When those things come up that trigger me or that say, no, that's not the truth of you, I have to just feel it, let myself be the feeling of it, and then release. Let go of that old pattern. That's not the truth of me anymore. What the truth is is I am abundant, I am love, I am peace, I am joy, the universe supports me. All of these statements. By the way, if you want a good book with a lot of affirmations in it that you can use, This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. Absolute wonderful. You know, you might think, well, I can't think of a treatment. I can't think of a... Go to that book and it'll give you all these affirmations. Call one of your practitioners. Have a practitioner. That's what I always tell my people. I've had my practitioner, I've had a couple of them now, since 1980-something, when I was in practitioner training. I wouldn't, I would say, don't leave home without one. Don't go out into the world without one. Because they keep you in prayer all the time, Let yourself have that. Or, you have spiritual resources here. Come to services like you are now. Come to services because this supports you in your growth and unfoldment. And the people in your community can see you as you really are, as the truth of you. Reverend Cindy always sees the truth of you. Your practitioners always see the truth of you. You come to a place where you're seen that way because what can happen in the world, especially if we aren't careful and we tell people our visions and our dreams, what can happen sometimes? Oh, you're kidding. That's not going to happen. The world just doesn't work that way. That can't happen for you. And they can throw rocks on your dreams. I know Cindy last week talked about the farmer and the seed and the soil and all that, so you know about that. But don't let anybody ruin your dream. Don't let anybody stomp on the desires of your heart. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do this or you can't do that, Be who you are. Embody it. Be it. So during the week, and when you're not formally praying, you got to remember this. That's where affirmations are from. And you say, well, maybe I'm just thinking it, I'm not feeling. When you're doing affirmation enough, eventually it comes down from the head into the heart. And the heart's where the work is. Feeling it, loving it. Loving yourself in the midst of it. How important that is. So cultivate that. That's faith. We're building your faith. Faith is a muscle. We flex that muscle just like, just in like in workouts and so forth. You flex your muscles, you get stronger physically. You get stronger spiritually when you continue to cultivate your faith, deepening in it. And for me, it's so simple. It's always about remember, what's the truth here? God is all there is. God is my life. It's all been given to me already. It's as simple as that. If you don't remember anything else, God is all there is. God is my life. It's all been given to me. Because you see, Spirit can never forsake you or abandon you. You are its own. You are its own. It has created you so that it can express itself on earth the way you do it. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? I am an expression of God the way no one else can, and Spirit gets to experience itself as me. It's so beautiful. As I look at your faces, Spirit gets to express itself as each and every one of you, and that's how it gets to know itself in the physical realm. It can't know itself any other way in this realm, you see. How beautiful that is. And so any desire you have, I don't care how material it is or whatever, it's always your soul calling forth something. Because always come to, how will I feel when I get this? I want that new car. How will I feel when I get it? How does that feel? We all know how a new car feels, We all know the smell of it. We all know all of that good stuff, how well it drives, all the features. Oh my God, now all the features on the new cars, all that stuff. How will that feel? And I guarantee you it will manifest. Now we have to, here's the other thing, and I mentioned it earlier, we have to let go of how long it takes. That's an important thing we have to let go of. It's taking so long. This isn't happening. It hasn't happened in my timeline, so therefore it's not happening. That's like in the garden. It's like the seed hasn't sprouted yet. It's like going and digging up the seed and saying, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And the thing is, you're just making it worse, right? By digging up that seed. So when we ask questions like why, what's happened, those are not questions to ask. The question to ask is, what's wanting to happen here? How can I keep my attention more on what's true, what's real, what's eternal? Because every desire of your heart, no matter how it shows up. The real truth is it's your soul longing to express itself, wanting to evolve itself on this earth plane. And it's beautiful. And each of you is here to express that in such a unique and beautiful and magnificent way. Know your worth. If you're still questioning your worth, that's the work on that. How does it feel when I'm totally loved, supported, when I love myself? That's where it starts. Didn't intend to give a talk on self-love, but that's where it all starts. And even when we're planting seed of whatever desire it is, plant it in a field of love. Be that love for yourself. Be that love for other people. That's what's important. So you get what I'm saying. Plant that seed. Cultivate it with your faith. Grow the faith. Grow that faith. And then let it go. And see, in a spiritual mind treatment, we let it go into the law. You might notice that when the treatment is spoken from the pulpit, or when a practitioner prays for you, they let it go. They release it into the law, which is the creative soil. That's the soil, And that soil nurtures that seed, and it brings it to fulfillment, but we have to let go. I let go of my idea of what it's going to look like. Maybe it's not the car I expected. Maybe it's not the ministry I expected. Maybe it's not, whatever. Let it go. It will be more wonderful than your human mind can imagine. I promise you that. Because Spirit, its idea for us is so much bigger than our own little ideas. So let it go. Let God do its thing. Let the law do its thing. I love the law now. In fact, I see the law now as an expression of God's love, really. That it's always saying yes to me. Of course, the other side to it is saying yes to all those subconscious things I don't want to. But that's why we do the work, you see. Because, as Reverend Cindy has told you, we have seeds from the past that have been planted. Just, you're planting new seeds. You're a new person. Today, you are a new person. Say that with me. Today, I'm a new person. Today, I'm a new person. Look at somebody and say, today, you are a new person. You are blessed. You are blessed always. Yes. I love it. Absolutely. Be new every day. Don't put yourself in a box. I'm new today. What's going to happen today? What's God got in store for me today? And God, remember, isn't a God out there. It's the Spirit within your own heart. What does it have planned for me today? With that, let's pray. So just turning within. I invite us to take a deep, deep breath together. Fully exhale. And I'm so grateful. I'm in gratitude for the breath. In gratitude for life itself. In gratitude for this gathering here this morning. In gratitude for all those people in my life that assist me in my growth, no matter whether it's from a place of love or otherwise. I'm grateful for those soul friends that help me to grow and unfold to my greatest yet to be. I'm grateful for the new minister, for Reverend Cindy here at Salt Lake City. I'm so grateful. And for all that Spirit has in store for this beloved community, I am so grateful. I see it, I sense it, I feel it, the expansiveness of the divine. And so in this field of gratitude, I acknowledge one presence, one power, one life, one intelligence, one love that is continually giving of itself in and through and as all of creation, being itself everywhere. There's no place where God is not. God is the presence that is never an absence, always present, always available. And the beauty, God is my life. God is the life of each and every person within the sound of my voice right here and right now. And in truth, there is only one of us. So God is the life of every being on this planet, every creature, every earth form, everything. God is all of it, and God is who and what we are. And so in this awareness, I know that the gifts have already been given within each and every one of us. There is all of the abundance, all of the joy, all of the love, all of the peace, all of the harmony, all of the wisdom, all of the intelligence, It's all been given. Infinite supply, infinite love. Anything that my heart desires, the seed of its fulfillment's already present within me. This is true of each and every one of us. Let's embrace that seed and knowing that whenever we realize it, whenever we open to it, it's ready to blossom, to bloom, to grow. We release any sense of blockage, anything that would block or hinder or obstruct that seed from taking root, from growing itself, from opening up. We just let go of any of those blockages and allow Spirit, God, to be God as us. We're ready to experience the fullness of life. I say yes to that. Yes to life. Yes to love. Yes to abundance. Yes to joy. Yes to wholeness and vitality in the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body. All of it. All of it. All of it. I'm claiming to be the reality here. God is being God as our very life. I just know this. I breathe it in. And right now, invite you in the room to imagine what is that desire right now in this moment? Just what's that desire that wants to fulfill itself? I don't care how teeny it is or how big it is. To God, there's no big or small. It just all is. So what's that desire? And just take a moment to feel what it feels like for that desire to fulfill itself in you as you. What does that feel like? And breathe into that feeling. That's the quality of consciousness that your soul is wanting to express. And so I say, as I resume this treatment, I simply say, it's done. Spirit's knowing itself as each and every one. Spirit's being itself. Spirit's fulfilling itself as each and every one in this room and beyond. In the love streaming room, everywhere. How beautiful it is to know this and to know that as we embody this consciousness, we embody it not only for ourselves, also for the entire planet. Knowing this is the consciousness that changes the world. I give thanks for this. I'm grateful for this word spoken. I'm grateful because I know it's already done in the field of infinite possibilities. It's already complete in God mind and in my own spirit mind. It's complete. It's done. So I release it now. I let it go, and I let it go into that loving, universal law, the creative soil that knows exactly how to grow it into fulfillment, and it does. I let go so the law can do its perfect work. I let it be now, for it is done, and so it is. Amen. Ashe. Amen. I invite you to take a breath.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So right now it's that time.
I am so blessed.
Where we get to let the law know how blessed that we are. And one of the ways we do that is by giving of our blessings. And so I invite you to open your heart, ask yourself what wants to be given today to bless myself, to bless this community. And I invite you to give from that place of the heart, knowing you are blessed. We're so grateful for the ushers that are serving today. Grateful for all the blessings of this community. Grateful for each and every one of us. We are so blessed. Grateful that we have something to give, no matter how big or how small. God doesn't know size. God just knows the open heart. The ushers are coming forward, is that right? Oh, she's got it. Again, thank you, ushers, for serving. And let's raise our hand. We're going to bless these gifts. So repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies this offering. It blesses all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God, as me.
Thank you, God, as me.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, congregation, for your givingness. Your givingness has allowed you to have a new minister here. Your blessed, beloved Reverend Cindy Edelson. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. A light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
Let's hear some more from Kristen Lloyd.
And I'm just going to say one quick thing. This is going to include a video which she created with her art, her animation abilities, recorded this song of hers in her studio. It is sort of her signature song. And this, so you'll get to see the video. And also, I entered it in the Posse songwriting contest.
I'm
And
so glad
she-
she did.
She won in her category of personal transformation. Kristen Johnson Lloyd.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. And this song is one that came to me after I faced one of my greatest fears that I'll mention here in a second. But it inspired this song, and I had no idea that finding the courage to share this song would help so many people. And that's what inspired me to, I was like, wait, I wonder if I could continue to use my creations to help other people find their brave. And it has become my life's mission now. And it's been such an incredible, beautiful journey to get to do that. But I have had to face a lot of fears to get to that point. I mean, you know, we all have fears. I mean, I'm sure you guys can relate to that, right? And I had a lot of fears growing up. I needed to face the fear of trusting those who believed in me, like my mom. I had to face the fear to stand up to those who did not believe in me, which was the hardest thing. It's what inspired this song. But most importantly, I had to face the fear of believing that I was worth believing in, like Honeybee believed in me. And that was, it was a big thing to do, but I'm so grateful to be able to say that I finally did it. I finally learned how to find my brave. Thank you. To believe that I was worth investing my own time and energy and love into myself, because it's so important for us to do that. It's so easy to lose sight of that. And like I said, I finally found my brave. At least I learned how to play the game of hide and seek with it. I hate to break it to you, but it's not a treasure hunt where you find it and woohoo, we've got the brave gold, we're good. It is a game of hide and seek. You just get better at knowing where the hiding places are. So I'm hoping when I play this song for you that if you're struggling with your game of hide and seek with your brave, if you're having a hard time finding your brave, that this song can encourage you to believe that you can find it, because I know you can. It just takes a little bit of faith and a little bit of believing in yourself. Afraid of bugs, afraid of heights, afraid of cold and dark long nights alone. I couldn't stand to be alone. Afraid to fail, afraid to be the one I know is inside of me till this. I never ever could have prepared for this. It took a little fear to find my brave, but I stood my ground. Even in the rain, I surprised me. I found the brave inside of me. I still can't believe or understand how my David beat Goliath with his own two hands, but now I'm standing here because, wow, I must have been braver than I thought I was. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Don't jump, they say, don't try. You're better off watching your life roll by from here. So why do I want to get out of here? Just play it safe, they say, and play it still, 'cause there's a big cliff beyond that hill you'll fall. But what if I lost it and gained it all? It took a little fear to find my brave, but I stood my ground. Even in the rain, I surprised me. I found the brave inside of me. I still can't believe or understand how my David beat Goliath with his own two hands, but now I'm standing here because, wow, I must have been braver than I thought I was. Braver than the dark, the damp, the cold. I found my brave, my strong, my bold. Just when I thought I couldn't win, I met the me within. It took a little fear to find my brave, but I stood my ground even in the rain. I surprised me. I found the brave inside of me. I still can't believe or understand how my David beat Goliath with his own two hands, but now I'm standing here because, wow, I must have been braver than I thought I was. Hey, yeah, yeah.
I just want to say something quickly about this, that when she ended up on the farm, going to public school was not in the cards. So she educated herself and graduated in commercial music from BYU.
And I just have to say, it was because of my sweet husband who, after we got married, he could see the complex I had, that I was like, I'm just a stupid farm girl who is uneducated, and I'm just stupid. And he's like, you're not stupid. I'll prove it to you. I dare you to go to college. And so I took him up on the bet, and I'm glad that I did.
Wow. What a blessed day. Such a gift. Thank you, Kristen. Beautiful music. Thank you, Reverend Joan. Wonderful message. There's so many gems in there. I don't think I could point at one of them over another, but thank you. Thank you all for coming. Let's stand together, sing our closing song. Think of the words we're singing. We belong to each other.
Ain't no wall can divide us, no matter how high. Ain't no storm can untie us, for all it may try. We're all leaves on the same tree, under one sky. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. We belong to each other. We are sister and brother, born to love one another. It's whispered by the wind to all living things. It's in every sunrise. It's what the wild birds sing. It shines in newborn eyes, faces lined and warm. It's a tie that binds us, won't be torn. We belong to each other. We are sister and brother, born to love one another. We are ancient stars, turned to flesh and bone. We are travelers on a bus ride home. Yeah, we laugh and cry, we rise and we fall. Yeah, we fuss and we fight, but through it all, we belong to each other. We are sister and brother, born to love one another.
No, Kristen.
Stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, stand by me, stand by me, stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, stand
to love one another.